Welcome, one and all. War Games is fast approaching, and there's a lot of moving puzzle pieces. I'm the Dispatcher, and episode 35 of 7 Sunday Morning Hot Takes will try to sort through the clutter. Hot take number 1. Didn't take long for Dom Mysterio to get his nuclear heat back, and what a great result having John Cena take the title off his dirty Dom hands. I'm actually really happy about that, and I think it opens the door to a lot of desirable outcomes. I suppose now the tournament for Cena's last match will also be a shot at the Intercontinental title. Let's see if I can guess the next 3 IC champs in order. Gunther wins the tournament and defeats Cena in his last match. Sheamus gets his win back from Clash at the Castle and defeats Gunther. And then Chad Gable comes back from injury and beats Sheamus to finally win Intercontinental Gold. A side note, I suppose Dom won't be in the tournament now, which makes him the second wrestler featured in the promo to not actually be in the 16-man tourney. Hot take number 2. Huge congratulations to the Kabuki Warriors, winning the Women's Tag Team Championship for the 3rd time as a pair. This is Asuka's 5th Tag Team Championship, putting her one behind Raquel and one ahead of Liv Morgan. Interestingly, Asuka's other partners when she's held Tag Team Gold were Charlotte and Alexa. I hope the Kabuki Warriors get a nice run with the belts and that they don't split up until after the Rumble. Then give me Asuka versus Kairi at Elimination Chamber and then Asuka versus Io at WrestleMania. One last note about Asuka. Naomi had an amazing run until her leave of absence, and Becky Lynch has been awesome since her return at WrestleMania. But Asuka has now officially entered the conversation for Female Performer of the Year. Hot take number 3. There's been a lot of championship turnover all of a sudden as WWE gears up for the holiday season with a lot of fresh faces carrying gold. That's definitely going to generate some interest, but my concern is that too many title changes too quickly could mean we'll now be stuck in a holding pattern till Mania. One title I can definitely see changing hands again quickly is the Women's US title, either coming back to Julia or perhaps snatched up by a soon-to-be heel Tiffany Stratton. For the record, since June, every single title has changed hands at least once, but the real gold rush begins October 17th with Ilya Dragunov winning the US title, then 3 days later AJ Styles and Dragon Lee winning the Raw tag belts. November 1st, Punk wins the vacant world title and Jade defeats Tiffany for the women's WWE title. November 7th, Chelsea Green defeats Julia for the women's US title, and 3 days after that, it's Cena winning his first Intercontinental and the Kabuki Warriors claiming the women's tag titles. 7 new champions in less than 4 weeks. I thought perhaps the Wyatt Six were now the longest reigning champs, but in fact it's Becky Lynch, who won the Intercontinental way back on June the 7th. More evidence that Becky Lynch truly is the greatest female wrestler of all time, and it's not just me saying it, other people are saying it, Time magazine is saying it, and even Time itself is saying it now, and Time doesn't lie, and Time heals all wounds, and Time makes fools of us all. So, yeah, give that some thought. Hot take number 4. Something that I hope WWE Creative gives some thought to is the common consensus this year that War Games, like Hell in a Cell before it, has become stale as a regular premium live event and that it should only be pulled out on rare occasions when the circumstances warrant it. Meanwhile, I'm also hearing a lot of laments and nostalgia for the original traditional Survivor Series format, with either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 elimination tag matches. This year, the traditional Survivor Series match will take place on SmackDown, featuring Solo's formidable family unit versus Sammy and his random collection of super friends. Honestly, I don't see this working out very well for the babyfaces, and I think the real challenge for the MFTs is still lurking in the shadows. Hot take number 5. Okay, so Jimmy joins Jay, Cody, and CM Punk, and Drew joins the Vision with the dipstick, but we still have one open spot left for each team, and nobody's seen or heard from Austin Theory anywhere. On the other side, Charlotte walked out on Alexa like a stuck-up snob, leaving the babyfaces 2 women short, while the heels are missing 1. I have a quick theory about that. Becky Lynch will get the final heel spot, and the 2 babyface spots will go to Maxine and AJ Lee. That's my hunch. Hot take number 6. So I'm trying to work out who's left in the John Cena's Who Will Wrestle John Cena in His Last Match tournament, and there's just one mystery spot left. Let me tell you what I've got so far. Jey Uso, LA Knight, Rusev, and Sheamus are all through to the next round. That leaves 4 first-round pairings left. Already scheduled is Carmelo versus Bronson Reed, Gunther returning to fight Javon Evans, Penta versus Finn Balor, and finally Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent. So who is the surprise opponent for Solo? R-Truth was assured by Nick Aldis that he was in the tournament, but somehow I don't think that's happening. Could it be Joe Henry? Obafemi? I think both of those are doubtful now. Could it be Sammy? Jacob Fatu? Rey Mysterio? Randy Orton? Could it be Omos? I really want it to be Omos, but I don't think it's any of the names I mentioned, and I don't think it's Edge or Jericho either. If it's not R-Truth, then I really don't know, but something tells me it isn't. Hot take number 7. Finally, a trip down memory lane again, thinking about the greatest Survivor Series participants to compete in the traditional elimination match. Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels are names that I hear a lot, and they deserve mentioning, but the one name that doesn't get talked about enough in this regard is the Ultimate Warrior. While Survivor Series was just in its 2nd, 3rd, and 4th years, Warrior does something in a 3-year span that no one will ever be able to duplicate. Let me read you his accomplishments. A survivor on the winning team 4 times in 3 years, 3 times as the sole survivor. Never eliminated, never on the losing team. 7 official eliminations. They are Ron Bass, Greg Valentine, Arn Anderson, Bobby Heenan, Axe from Demolition, Mr. Perfect, and Hercules. Also responsible for knocking Andre over the top rope, eliminating the Giant by countout. And did I mention survivor on the winning team 4 times in 3 years? That's an accomplishment I don't think we'll ever see again, and that's why the Ultimate Warrior should always be included in a discussion about the best traditional Survivor Series elimination match performances. What a mouthful. Also, I'm pretty sure the Ultimate Warrior cooked and served the gobbledygooker for Thanksgiving dinner as payback for stealing his gimmick. Thanks for being here. You can't see the IC champion, but I hope we see each other again next week. I'm the Dispatcher. You're on the top turnbuckle, and every day is a sunset flip.